Good morning, Facebook. Hello, hello, hello. Welcome to day 12 of 21 Days of Angel Songs. As you tune in and you're here, my presentation. Interesting. I think what I was going to say or wanted to say is I want to invite the presence of stillness and slowness today, and what that means for you and what that brings up for you, and what becomes illuminated in that space. Today feels like a very quiet day. It feels to me like a really beautiful space to go into the elements of darkness and to allow revealing, which is the frequencies that came through this morning as what to tune into today is excuse me, as the angelic frequency of revealing and darkness. And what came through first this morning was actually darkness. And I had a little bit of like, wait, whoa, we're gonna go there, aren't we? And then all these stories came up around darkness. And then I sat in meditation and then I heard revealing, and I'm like, oh yes. And then before that, just like, what is darkness? In this realm of polarity, and as we are moving closer to integrating and coming into union and communion within self, we must, and I use we must not in the sense of obligatory or anything, but in order to fully integrate presence and what's here, to allow ourselves to sit with the darkness and what's there, is really profoundly powerful. And this can also be called shadow. This can be called the unknown, which we spoke about a few days ago. We dropped in around that. But what came in today about darkness specifically, and this goes hand in hand with revealing and the energetic, is the guidance of walking gently, or sometimes stumbling, depending on where you're at. Walking and meeting the darkness in a way of, I invite you to sit with me at the table, and I'm going to speak with you. I'm going to communicate with you. I'm actually going to find out what is here that has been like hiding in the shadows or afraid to be revealed because of whatever is attached to that, whether it's the story or a pattern. And the darkness can often reveal that sometimes what's there isn't necessarily even ours, but has become ours because of our ancestors' experience, because of the experiences of the land, the collective. There's a lot that's there. And what I have found in the exploration of my own deepest fears, because really, like, a lot of what lives in the darkness is just our unrealized potential, or what we have so deeply been protecting through the lens of fear, because at a time it served us, because it is what kept us safe and protected and out of danger. So darkness is also the space where, okay, this beautiful image came in through my meditation of a baby in the womb. When we are in the womb, when we are in our mother's womb, we are in darkness. It's completely dark. I mean, I should definitely believe we have some superpowers and we can like see because we're also highly psychedelic at that state, and like really tuned in. We are becoming, spirit is becoming matter, right? Matter and spirit, it's the same thing, just represented in a different way. So, but in the womb, we are in darkness, right? We are created in this primordial darkness. And so there's a lot of beauty there, because it's a beautiful space of growth, of possibility, of, it's very similar to the unknown. But I think darkness has this connotation or this weight to it that it's connected to evil, it's connected to heaviness, it's connected to fear, which that's truth, I think, for many. And can we step back again into that space of the witness and simply look at darkness in this way of like, I don't know what's here, but I'm being guided to explore what is this fear? What is this energy that I'm uncertain of and that is protecting something that's so deeply important to me, which is why, depending on the level of how much fear there is or how much resistance or hesitance, means that there's something very important that's being protected. So what came through all this as well is just like the angel of revealing, the angel of darkness, this frequency is this beautiful guide that you're never alone. And there's this beautiful guide that's like, here, I got your hand, we're walking together, and we're going to see what's here together, and that you don't have to do it alone. And what's coming in right now in real time is that holding of the hand is oftentimes you now, or a future version of you, or your higher self, whatever you want to call it, holding the version of you now, or the version of you when you were 13 or 4 or in the womb or whenever, like holding the hand and being like, we're going to do this together. We're going to see what monsters are laying under the bed and actually bring it into this focused place of, I'm going to meet this with as much compassion and love that I can so that I can actually see what's here. Like what's actually here rather than all the story that's may have been created around it, right? We're expert storytellers, us divine human beings. We are really incredible storytellers, which is something that I really love. And so much creativity comes from. And sometimes we convince ourselves so deeply of a story that is so fantastical and so deep, but it's not actually what's here. It's not actually what's real, right? In an aspect of ourselves, yes, it's valid, of course. But what's actually here? It's like the simplification of it. So if you are in a space of feeling like this darkness, this like gestation period, and I hope that's the correct word because I've used it before and I need to look it up to make sure I'm correct, but it's like when the seed is getting ready to like sprout and move and create. Like, if it's not the correct word, feel free to be like, nope, that's wrong, this is what you mean. But coming back to this, it's the space of like what can grow, what can come through, because even in darkness there is a lot of magic, and it's all about focused resonance and intention. And like, why are you going into the darkness? Because maybe you want to reveal to yourself what's here, right? And bring it into the light and integrate it so that the light and the dark is integrated. That creates a very focused and the word that comes through is aligned path of love, right? Meeting both the light and the dark with love, with such deep compassion, and then letting it reveal itself to you. Where is the love that moves forward, right? And it's an ever expanding and unfolding process. And so wherever you are in the space of darkness in your life, if that's somewhere where you're at right now, and the depths of what that is, right? There's this magic, and the beautiful indigenous communities of the world speak a lot of this, of the underworld, like, and the feminine is so deeply connected to that. I mean, to all things, but also the underworld, the dirt, like in the depths of the belly of the womb, the creation, the space. So it's like restructuring and reharmonizing the meaning of what it is to go to the depths of the darkness that may be within you because of something so deep that is your truth, right? And speaking in truth for a moment, there is like the truth that is love, the truth that is the giving and the receiving of our reality and the union and the love that we are. There is also like the your truth that's here right now, where it's, this is what I need in order to take care of myself. This is my boundary. This is my truth that I'm moving through that may become another alchemical experience into a deeper truth, right? There's so many layers of this. So trust where you are and really ask yourself whenever responding or moving through motions, is this from a place of compassion and care and love? Or is this from a place of fear and pattern and a loop, you know? And when we're continuously making patterns good, what we can call good patterns, bad patterns, or just patterns that resonate more, like for me, drinking celery juice every day is a pattern because it's something that serves me quite deeply and I love it. But pattern can also be every time you're triggered, there's blame that's put on the person that's triggering you, for example. So let your darkness be revealed. And again, using darkness as this word of where am I hiding? What's hidden, right? What gems are hidden in the darkness? And in what way have they taken shape to distract me from viewing them and seeing them and having them be revealed to me because I'm afraid of what I'm going to see, you know? But the beautiful thing is that when we witness ourselves in all of our aspects and all of our experiences, we can integrate that and really bring that forward into our hearts, into our bellies, into our bodies, into our spirit, into our beingness, into our wholeness that we already are, and integrate that and bring even deeper peace into our body, more joy, more laughter, more space to create. So yeah, there's so much more. There's so many layers to that, and it's like I come to this space of when you see the darkness in the world, like for example, like the wars and everything that's happening, the the hurting of another being, human to human, human to animal, all these things. It's what the words that come through is unfocused darkness. There's this, it's like it has not been honored and gone within to be transmuted and alchemized. That's one view, that's one lens of it. But it's like, so the best thing that I have found in my own experience and also the experience of so many across all different times and spaces and expressions and abilities is that when we go within and we really tune into like, where is it that I need to give really tender love and care, and like create peace and space for my own darkness, that's when massive shifts happen. I've seen families who, have really had hate against each other or have had just like all the story and all this sort of operational mechanisms of separation and like just really really not pleasant shift, like all of a sudden it's understanding, and and because of someone within the family or within the space that was like, I'm gonna integrate this right now, I'm gonna heal this, I'm gonna view this within myself, and just there's a massive shift that happens just from that, and it's a ripple, it's energy, and it ripples through everything. So my invitation to you is, if there's deep shadow and darkness that you're moving through, know that you are not alone, that you are so taken care of, that you are so held, and you're doing really amazing work, going deep, integrating the fear, the sadness, the grief, the anger, and everything in this realm has a polarity. So anger is or could be the polarity of passion, you know um, sadness is the polarity, or grief is the polarity to joy, so they live on the same spectrum, they just might be on the other ends, and where they meet is the middle path of understanding and like curiosity and allowance to be there. So setting up, what's really important, what's coming in really strong is in this space is setting up, especially when we're going into the deep depths of our darkness and exploring what is there to be revealed, setting up a really safe and nurturing container where you can go there, whether it's it's in your own room, and you light some candles, put on some music, get into a really like meditative state, and begin to allow your body to move, your sounds to move, your expressions to move, or when you're writing, or having someone be a witness to your experience and holding the space for you where it's in a controlled, like really focused place. And I don't say control as in like it has to go this certain way, but in the space where it's like this is the container that's created to allow this to move forward, right? Because if it's living in the body, it's manifesting as different things. And if it stays in the body without being witnessed and expressed, it can manifest as, um, you know, chronic pain, as outbursts, as um, a lot of different things, like depression. It can manifest as, a lot of mental illness, like and it has different ways of manifesting. A lot of shutdown, panic attacks, like allow your truth, like of what's there, like your fears, to have a voice. If they had a voice, what would they say? And what are they really afraid of? And a lot of times it's afraid of rejection or abandonment or feeling unsafe or all that. And how can we give ourselves, with that deep compassion and love that we are, that's in our hearts, how can we then give ourselves what it is that we need to nurture that, to show our inner children, to show these aspects of ourselves that are in fear, that actually we're okay, and that I got you, and I am your mother now, I am your father now, I am your big brother, your big sister, and I'm your friend, and I'm here, I got you. How can we bring that into the space as we continuously reveal the petals of our multitude of beingness? So, asking who our guardian is of the day. Let me know if you feel to share what's being revealed in your world, and what's being revealed in your world, and how are you dancing with darkness right now, if you are dancing with darkness. And what is darkness meant to you? What does it mean to you now? Is it the same? Has the perspective shifted? Is there anything here that you resonated with or have a different perspective? Please share. I love to hear all the things. So today our guardian, which I love so deeply, and I think it's so powerful for today's message, is faith, humanity, and benevolence. Stay calm, trust the good in yourself and others, see the light in the world. I think this is really beautiful, because when we go into the depths of the darkness, I think we are able to learn deeper about our own inner faith, our own inner light, and bring that light into our shadows, into our darkness, and reveal that we are at the heart such good-natured beings, and that staying calm is key as best as we can, and just tuning in and bringing that faith of like, I am love, and I am here to give love to the parts that don't feel that or don't believe that, and reveal what's here, reveal actually what's the magic that's here, that's the beauty, the like how much do I love this that I'm protecting so deeply with fear, because that's how I learned and that's how I knew, and how can I now alchemize that to be, this is safe to be in the world, and I don't have to be in fear of it, I can trust it, and taking the necessary steps that to bring that to yourself. So having deep faith that the love is here, the love is always here, and that the revealing is perfect and for your highest good. And again, it comes back to choice. Like, what do we choose when we are revealed to these things? What is the choice now? Do we continue the pattern? Do we continue to do the same thing? Or do we choose something different? And it's a space of exploration. It's a space of experimentation. Choose, and then you will know more, right? Choice brings deeper awareness, always. Choice brings just always brings deeper awareness. So trust yourselves, trust your good nature, trust your love, and have faith. Tuning in to what is the message of today. And love, as always, like with these polls, all of us are together weaving this question and bringing forward these messages together. I just happen to be the mouthpiece for it. I love it. Oh my gosh, I love them when they bounce. I love this. All right, so today we have boundaries. Where do you need to establish better boundaries? And actually, I would invite you in this moment, if it resonates, to actually tune into that. Maybe close your eyes or just take a deep breath and ask that question. Where do you need to establish better boundaries? And what comes up for you in that? That's a big part of love here, in this divine polarity of experience, is that boundaries is an incredible source of self-love, where we command with our beingness and with our words and with our intention and our energy that this is no longer, at this point in time and now, allowed in my field, or this is my limit to this, and that's what it is right now. And the beautiful thing about growth is that there are some boundaries that change, there's some boundaries that dissolve completely, and there are some boundaries that stay in place for a lifetime. And this is where discernment comes in. This is where deep tuning in comes in, and trust and faith. And the boundaries of, will I continue to allow this into my field, into my energy, into my space? And if I allow that, right, that no longer resonates, why? Right? It's always revealing. If we continue to stay in a place of curiosity, then if we come into this place of like, I'm still allowing this into my life, and it's not something that I resonate with, and yet I'm still saying yes, why? So what's there? What's the grounding of that? What's the foundation of that belief or that pattern or that choice? And getting curious there. And once that is revealed, right, oftentimes in the darkness, because it's hidden, it's like, don't see me, I'm just here. Subconscious is a lot of the darkness of the subconscious. I love it. There's also something that came through in my meditation around darkness. It's like when we go to sleep, we go into darkness and we go into dream time, and we're dancing within the realms or not, depending on what your choice is before you sleep or your intention. And we, a lot of times in our dreams, the subconscious is revealed, which is the darkness, right? Another sort of version of that, because it's coming into light, right? So coming back to boundaries is a really powerful space to get really in tune of what it is that you need, of what it is that serves you in the highest, in order to show up and realign, right? I know that, like for myself, a lot of my boundaries have come from this restructuring, dissolving, and alchemizing of the energetic of people pleasing and micro adjusting so that it could be comfortable for other people or other experiences, while but at what sacrifice, or at what sacrifice is not quite the word, at what expense to my own truth, right? So for me, it's been getting curious about, where am I micro adjusting? Where am I people pleasing in order to, bring joy to someone else, but it's actually at the expense of me, right? And how can I actually stand in my truth, honor it, and be in service with that, right? So it's been a lot of boundaries, even like for my boundaries for myself, where it's like, I have a boundary with myself right now, and so it's that curiosity and allowing that, and trusting that when you tune in, your boundaries can change. Like you can have a boundary, you can honor it, and it may change tomorrow. It may change in a month. It may never change, right? It's getting very curious about what is it that helps you to help the whole, right? It's a symbiotic relationship. So boundaries. So in the darkness, a lot is revealed. I think a lot of what is revealed is where we have not been strong with our boundaries, where we have not been in honoring of our truth and our boundaries. Sometimes because we just didn't have the tools to, we only had a certain lens of perspective, especially when we're children, living and growing and figuring out this human experience. And yeah, and so then we grow and we look at the imprints that have been made, and then we set a boundary. And the boundary can be edgy because it can bring up other people's stuff as well, which is a beautiful thing, right? What a gift that it can reflect in that way also. And sometimes it's like, oh, whoa, okay. Oh, I'm reflecting, like this is what's happening for me. So as you're in the depths of revealing, and I use depths because we go deep, the depths of revealing and seeing our light, but also seeing our darkness and what lives there and what's there. And there's sometimes a lot of beauty my selenite just fell. So I love it. Confirmation. Yeah, just tuning in and knowing that you're okay and that you're so protected and you're so loved. You're so loved and you're so supported and you're never alone. Right? Just go into meditation, you're like, oh yeah, I'm totally not alone. And I'm referencing meditation a lot because that's a big part of my practice right now, and it's something that I enjoy stillness and being in meditation, but to have it as a regular practice, I was like, oh my God, no. And then I'm like, oh wait, yes. Meditation is amazing, and it can look different for everyone. Mine has been a lot of just like being still and then allowing myself to feel the natural movement that's all around all the time. So my invitation to you today is that if you are in the realms of exploring your darkness and exploring what's there and give a deeper permission to have what is there to be revealed to you in the most wonderful way, whatever that means for you, but really allow yourself to be surprised. And in what ways can you befriend the darkness? In what ways can you just breathe deep, sit at the table, and invite the darkness and fear to just sit with you and share what it has to share? Like, give it permission to have a voice. And whether that voice comes through writing, whether it comes through you, whether it's internal and you're listening, whatever it is, let it have a voice and share and come from this place as you now, bringing in the energies of all your higher aspects and say, okay, I come and I sit in compassion, listening to what's here. And how can we now work together to alchemize, to bring forward deeper love, deeper understanding, and reveal deeper what's here and what's actually like my passion, my joy, my like what I've been protecting, right? Or what I have been afraid to reveal about myself. Yeah. Such deep love to all of you. I'm going to just show the cards together once to have faith, have deep faith, and trust in the goodness and the love that you are, and honoring the boundaries that are needed right now in order to continue to unfold the rose of life and of your experiences, and give really deep love to yourself. Yeah, I love you. And if you are tuning in now or on the replay, I invite you to just take a couple of deep breaths, close your eyes. And as the tones begin to come in, the angel song today, let yourself be wrapped in a gentle cloak of blue, soft pink, and lavender, held so beautifully in this quilt of love, of compassion, of faith and protection. And as you let the tones, let them almost like a magic carpet, let it bring you to different spaces and places, and just witness, just see what's here and see what's just revealed in this moment. I love you. Thank you so much for being here. La me va pure assuffrante, la medusa, l'âme odorante de divin que je cueille dans le jardin de ta pensée, ou dans les volontés chassées, cette âme adorable délit. N'est-il plus un parfum qui reste de la suavité céleste, toujours devant m'envelopper du naturel naturel, faite d'espoir, de naturel, de béatitude et de paix. Marijumbe klechundorzati rarindora. No corrompas interigerar, toromaya somelini, esa conve, o sonteramo correntiro, et te macalassemo tu. Se shanterese watamoko, sere komakaraseni, tu solai makeretusare, koremo karauturando, e kamalo. Ikirimosa, kerenotiri, I love you. I honor all that you are. I honor the depths and infinitude that you are, the brightness of your light and the wisdom of your darkness, and the unfoldment of the revealing. Now is the gateway, now is the portal, now is the access point. The door is open. I love you, you're here. You've made it to this moment. I'm so happy that we're here together. And all of it, no matter how ecstatic or painful or anything in between it may be, there is beauty here, and it is beautiful. And your darkness, your light, your everything in between, your love is beautiful. You know how to do this. You are a master alchemist. Trust that. Have faith. Honor yourself. Honor all that is for the highest good of all. Thank you for your heart, for sharing your wisdom within this container, your energy, your divine truth that lives within you, your divine nature, your wholeness of being. I love you. I honor you. And thank you for being here with me today, this morning, or whenever you're here, which is always now. I love you. Let the petals of unfoldment reveal themselves to you, and be curious about what reveals itself to you today as you go deep, as you wash the dishes, as you take a walk. Whatever's here, it's here for you. I love you. I will see you tomorrow at 9 a.m. once again for day 13. And if you are resonating with these messages that come through and the songs, feel free to share the video. That would be wonderful. If not, beautiful. I love you. I will see you tomorrow. See ya. Ciao for now.